Friday night, Cougar fans. Welcome to week 2 of the 2025 Grant High School football season. We are so glad that you can join us here live on 446 Sports each and every Friday night throughout the season, each and every Tuesday night throughout the season for the Grant High School Football Coaches Show. And we're just excited to be bringing you live Cougar football here on live streaming. The Cougars are at home here tonight for the second week in a row, starting week 2, and they have the Buckeye Panthers coming to town and looking for another win. My name is Chad James, and beside me, as always, is the coach, Thomas Laborde. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Chad. I'm excited to see a good football game tonight. We've got two teams, both coming off of pretty strong wins week 1. A lot of confidence in both of them. I think it's going to be a showdown. The last 2 years, this game's been split.
Yeah, back and forth.
And the home team has dominated.
Yes, they have. The Cougars last week, you can't help but keep talking about this, man. They had a record-setting performance last week. Ahmad Sykes breaking the state high school rushing touchdown record, which was great, tying the national record. But, when we talked in the coaches show with head coach Felton, and we also talked with Coach Adams and Coach Cowan, and it seemed like, they kind of had the
business as usual.
Yeah,
nobody's excited.
Yeah, I love that. They kind of had that overconfidence a little bit tempered. You can see on your screen down there the Grant High School faithful, the tailgaters down there. I know when I parked, Thomas, we had I could smell. They had some good stuff cooking down there. So.
I almost didn't make it up to the booth there, Chad.
That's something that's been going on here for the last couple of years at Grant High School.
And that's such a positive thing to see.
Yeah. What I liked to see when I was driving up, we had a bunch of the next generation of Grant Cougar football players. They were out there in that open area, and where folks come in, and they're out there playing football.
And they're gonna let the little the Red River Grant teams leave the high school team out in the field tonight. That's got to be a hoot.
No, those kids. I spent 5 years coaching at Red River football, Grant High School, or Grant Cougar teams, and man, I tell you what, I had more fun coaching those little fellas as they came up through there. It's such a good a place to grow football players for the next level, the high school level.
Now,
so
you said you had fun coaching that. I did it 1 year with one of my sons, and it wasn't a lot of fun.
You didn't enjoy it. You build relationships.
All the kids, and
Yeah.
these are the kids that are going to play on this field, in 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You might say that's looking way early, but it matters. You look at every great program in the state of Louisiana, any great program in the nation, you can go find those kids in the elementary schools, the junior highs, that are being taught and developed the correct way. The other night I was watching John Curtis. They had their 5th, 6th grade team, their 7th, 8th grade team, freshman, junior varsity. I mean, it matters.
Yeah.
And so this is such a big thing for those little kids to run out here and be a part of it and want to grow up and play.
That Coach Felton talks all the time, and I know you've shared that. We talk about building a culture at a school. You look at a lot of these bigger programs around the state and around the country, and they all have something in common, and it's a culture that starts when those kids are young. Getting them involved, and every little kid, I know they always look up. I can remember even when I was in junior high and freshman, looking up some of those varsity players, and wanting to be that one day. And so, man, it's such a great thing, and I'm glad to see Grant's getting these kids up here to take part in Friday night, man.
But now, as we talk about the future, the present is upon us. It's going to be I think, a fantastic game tonight.
You know, oftentimes we can look at a game, anybody can really, and, it doesn't always shake out that way, but you can look at one and you say, well, this team is probably going to win.
Right. Or they should be favored.
Right, favored. But tonight, man, I tell you what, Grant and Buckeye have always had a dogfight, man. Like you said earlier, they split the last couple of years. Last year, we watched Grant. They got out to a lead.
Right.
And then so Buckeye began to run the ball. They had a wonderful running back last year, Jim Burlew, and they got him going. And they've always had a good offensive line. And they made a comeback and come back and beat the Cougars last year. So, there's a little bit of, wanting a little bit of retribution here for the Cougars tonight. But we started talking about it a little bit, that, when you have such a game last week where you have a record-setting performance, sometimes with these young guys, these kids, they kind of want to be a little bit overconfident. But talking to those coaches, it seems like they've and they really hadn't had to do a whole lot of work, but they seem like they've tampered that inclination to be overconfident and just really given those kids an opportunity to take ownership of the team.
And I think a lot of these kids tonight, they saw the record, and I think what it's done and the culture that they've created here is that they're hungry. They want to go out and set their own records tonight, and I think that's going to be the positive of that. You said typically someone sets a record, well, I can't be stopped. I can't be touched. We always know that's not the case, but I think tonight we'll see the Cougars come out and the kids are going to be even maybe a little hungrier and want to prove something.
I watched you guys that are watching online here. You see our officiating crew are getting ready to call this football game. We're getting closer and closer to kickoff. But as we were talking to Ahmad Sykes on the coaches show, he was certainly proud of the accomplishment. But I don't know if you noticed or not, but as he was talking, he would give credit. He was very humble, very thankful for the honor. But he was talked about team a lot, talked about the coaches a lot, and that's showing a tremendous amount of maturity. That's showing some leadership. We got the offensive lineman of the week last week, Madden Blaylock, was also on the show.
He was, and I think he spoke really well. As we look at these officials, I think one of those is a gentleman by the name of Scott Green, longtime official. Mm-hmm. I think he actually coached here with Freddie Hallman. I know he works for my wife at Natchitoches Central.
Okay.
So I know this is going to be an A-class called game. So shout out to him.
But
going back to what you said, Chad, I think every one of those kids is not satisfied with last Friday. I feel like they look at it as they focus more on the challenges they had. We get into the fourth quarter last week and Montgomery was leading.
Right.
And even though they won by 25, it didn't feel like that.
No.
Watching the game. So I feel like they're going to come in here hungry. They're coming off a week where they felt like they were challenged. They've got a team that beat them last year that they felt like they should have won. They're at home. They're fired up. We've got the Cougars coming down the stands now.
I see them now.
We did not have them last week. That might be the ticket that puts us over the top there.
Let me tell you, we've got both mascots down here. It's hot on a football field.
I pray for those kids. They've earned every accolade. Anything you want to give them, from a Letterman jacket to an accolade to a credential, they've earned it tonight.
You can see all the little Cougars running over there to hug the mascots, and so we're just a few minutes away from kickoff. We're going to come back in just a minute and have the Grant High School JROTC, that's kind of a mouthful, color guard is going to be presenting the colors for the national anthem here tonight. We'll be right back here on 446 Sports.
Home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available, or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com. When something happens to your car, you might say,
Ugh, come on!
Seriously? This is so extra.
but what you could say is,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Welcome back to Dry Palm, Louisiana. Week 2 of the LHSAA high school football season. We're excited to be bringing you for the first time this year Grant High School football here on 446Sports. Got a late summer, warm Friday night here, and you guys are watching on the screen the JROTC color guard for Grant. They're getting ready to be doing the national anthem here in just a minute. We're watching the Buckeyes warm up on the Buckeyes, the Buckeye Panthers warm up on the field, and we're expecting a pretty gritty football game, a close one, a contested one. These guys always play a close football game. You know, Grant and Buckeye used to be in the same district. You have some experience coaching against them in the same district, don't you, Coach?
Absolutely. I've gotten my my rear end handed to me by them once, and I handed it right back one time before I left. But it's always competitive. You know, we played them one year, and they were 0-9, and we were 0-9, and they beat us. And they refused to lay down, just like, you know, the previous team, Montgomery. This is another team that's just going to fight to the end. The exciting part, Chad, is that I think that's the culture that the Cougars are taking a part of too. So that's why we think it's going to be a great game. We're looking down over there across the field at the back corner, offensive line for Buckeye. They've got some pretty big boys, and I think it's going to be a matchup when they go against Jay Glass, Pennington, and others. That's going to be probably the biggest battle of the night.
You know, Coach Felton was talking about, we touched on the offensive line for Buckeye, and they always manage to run the ball well, or at least they have in the last couple of years. But they were talking about the left tackle there for Buckeye number 74, Ryan DeSalle. He is an impressive-looking young man, looking at him here from our vantage point. And you can look all across that offensive line, and they've got some pretty good-looking young kids over there playing on the offensive line.
You know, but it'll be an exciting matchup to see him and Jay Glass. Jake, of course, drawing a lot of interest from Group of 5 schools, Power 5 schools. I think tonight he might solidify that interest.
You know, Jake has got that. You know, you always have a physical type that they like to look for, you know, at the next level, and Jake certainly has that, and he played well last year. If I'm not mistaken, was his first year to play on the defensive line, and you can really tell he's really grown into playing on the D line. He's made some impact plays there Friday night, and Jake is such a quiet, humble young man.
You wouldn't even know he walked by you unless you looked up.
Looked up would be the key. Maybe not for you, Coach, but for me, he'd definitely have to look up.
I think back to the really big sack he had on the 2-point conversion to keep the lead right there before half. Just a workhorse. You know, you don't see him complain. You don't see him frustrate. Just a leader. Then as we get to that second level, there's only one name we really want to talk about, Matthew Cooper. My goodness. I think he's we're going to see this week how he reacts to this game. You know, we've seen a couple penalties both weeks. But that aggression is there,
and you know, I think that with it, because if you play middle linebacker at any level of football,
you got to be a little
tormented. You've got to be salty. You got to be aggressive. And I think as he gets older, we forget he's just a sophomore.
Yes.
That maturity will bring some of that restraint, I guess you could say. But, you know, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit here in the pregame. Last year, Buckeye able to run the ball so effectively late in the game. And I would think, I may be wrong, but I would think they would probably try to establish some kind of run here tonight. How important is that for those linebackers to mind their gaps and stay home to really limit Buckeye on getting that run game going?
Well, I think the emphasis this week is going to be on tackling. You know, you go back and you look at the game against Montgomery. You go back and look at the game against LaSalle and the Jamboree at the Battle of the Bricks. I think gap discipline was there for both games. But against Montgomery, so many missed tackles, you know, so many kind of errors. I think tonight, if we can get the tackling down, if we can wrap up, we can fly the football with a lot of energy, which we have been doing. If we can get those tackles cleaned up, I think that's going to make the world of a difference.
Yeah. The Cougars are going to be without one of the young linebackers here tonight. I spoke to his mom this afternoon. Cullen Carbo was injured late in the game against Montgomery. It just one of those football things. He got stepped on down on his lower leg, and it just kind of bothered him. But they thought,
and he's been such a big part of their
defense.
He
has, and so he started. It started bothering him more early in the week at practice, and so he's got a lower leg fracture and expected to miss 5 weeks. So you know, you hate to see any of these kids get hurt.
And our prayers go out to him. You know.
Yeah. His mom was very disappointed. She said, "Now if I could just keep him to make him act right and not want to get out and do too much and take care of that leg where it heals and gets better faster." But
I would imagine we're going to see more than of that freshman Javon Davis.
Yes, he played.
That middle linebacker.
Yes, he did. He played well against Montgomery the other night. You know, another young man that has done really well thus far this season. I know we're very early in the season, but Braden Sloan, one of the outside linebackers, has played well. We talk a lot about Matthew Cooper just because he's such a tremendous, impactful, productive player.
We saw some big tackles for loss by Braden Sloan in the Montgomery game. And then, you know, as we're watching, it's not on your screen, but as we're watching Buckeye warm up, you know, you think of Buckeye so much, you think of power run football.
Yeah.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Coach York, who's from St. Mary's, come over. I think this is his second or third year here. They like to throw the ball, Chad.
Yeah.
And those Cougar DBs are going to have to be tested tonight. We saw a really good week from Kendrick Brown and, of course,
Keith
McKinney. Those Cougar DBs are maybe the strength of that defense.
You know, in what I've liked about the Cougar defensive backs, not only their coverage, but their tackling skills. If you guys are notice on the screen, these are our little Red River Cougars coming out, running out ahead of the team. Look at those little fellas coming out there.
You got the flag, the minors, the midgets, and the majors, all representing Grant Parish.
How about that? I was privileged to coach their minors and midgets, or midgets and minors and majors when I was there. And look at them. You can see those kids. I don't know if you can see them on the screen jumping up and down as the music is playing. As the
sometimes at practice you need you need coaches, but you need a few sheepdogs too to kind of herd them.
Keep them herded. Those little guys, look how excited they are to see their Grant High School Cougars come out on the field, led by the man wearing number 1 coming out there in front. State rushing touchdown record holder Ahmad Sykes. The rest of the Cougars following.
Jaden
Moore waving the flag.
Jake Glass, Braden Sloan. I mean, we're excited for this kickoff. They seem to be excited.
We noticed Jake Glass down there. Jake Glass, number 14 there for the Cougars. He's got a new look. My son, when he was playing, they used to call that drip.
They still call it. My son. So I went today to buy my son arm sleeves and a headband. I don't know if it's going to make him play any better, but
it looks good.
You look great. It's just like you create a football player on Madden.
Speaking of looking great, the Grant High School Cougar coaching staff
and their Cougar gold.
Their Cougar gold
for the third straight week. Coach Felton said, there's a little luck to it. We'll see if that luck plays out tonight as they take on the Buckeye Panthers.
We're going to step away from the microphone for just a moment as the Grant JROTC color guard brings out the colors.
Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Lacombe. At right guard, Cadet Master Sergeant Jameson. On national colors, Cadet Captain Crawford. On state colors, Cadet Major Caramouche. On battalion colors, Cadet Captain Lambright. And finally at left guard, Cadet Master Sergeant Moses. Now if you'll please rise for the national anthem. Now, if you'll please remain standing for a pregame prayer.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us all to be here tonight. I pray that there are no injuries tonight and that everyone has good sportsmanship. I pray that if anyone here doesn't know you, God, that they will soon find you. I pray that we arrive home safely tonight. In your name, amen.
Amen. Well, the national anthem has been played. The prayer has been prayed. And now it's time to play a little football. I don't know if our camera has got, the camera's on the color guard right now, but tonight is the blackout game. A lot of the fans here.
I see one dressed as Batman.
Dressed as Batman.
They're right there.
The blackout game here tonight. So there's a lot of kids dressed in their black Cougar attire. The Cougars are playing in their black jerseys. That the camera shot right there has got what do you call that? What they used to call it, the maroon mob.
Mob, yeah.
Is what they called it. I assume they still call it the maroon mob, but they're all dressed in black. I see one young man down there wore maroon. He must not have got the memo.
He just had too much. He's got too much Cougar in him to wear all that black.
I guess that's what it is. The Cougars are dressed in all black tonight. The captains are out there on the field for the coin toss, and we'll wait and see what that is. I see Madden Blaylock and
Hendrick Brown, Braden Sloan, and Deontay Pennington tonight.
Captains for the Cougar football team here tonight.
And then we've got Braden Polk and Bryce Worthen. If I said that right, I hope I did. Captains for the Buckeye Panthers tonight.
You know, the Cougars are, we talked a little bit about Madden Blaylock. There was a couple of plays last week where Madden had his man, drove him out of the back of the end zone. Had one where he was blocking his man on down pat, 20 yards past the play. Just played a tremendous game. Offensive linemen don't get a whole lot of mention, but he had a good game. Cougars will be receiving to open this Week 2 contest with the Buckeye Panthers.
Buckeye won the toss and deferred. You know, that's always just a.
I don't know about you, Coach. I mean,
it's a toss-up, and remember when that says they have the exact science? It's just telling you what they think.
I'm an offensive guy. I'm not an offensive guy. At least I hope I'm not. But I'm an offensive guy when it comes to the game of football, and I always like to have the ball first. I wanted the ball. I wanted our offense to get the ball and try to score on an opening drive.
Well, you know, you play it to the game, and the idea that if we're ahead going into halftime, we'll get the ball and push that lead. Or if we're behind, we want to start with the ball and catch up.
Right.
So I get the logic behind it.
Sure.
If you take this opening kickoff to the house, though, I think you can throw all that out there.
Well, you know, we've got a couple of young men back there that are perfectly capable of doing that. We've got Maud Sykes back there and Sean Williams back deep to receive there for the Cougars, both of those speedy young men. And they are standing back there about the 10-yard line waiting on the Buckeye kicking unit to come out and get this game underway. It's a little warm out there, Coach. Do you think some of this warm weather is going to
I tell you what,
the
last few mornings it felt like fall.
Yes, it's been wonderful.
So I don't know if we'll see the cramping issues we have from week 1.
I hope not. I hope not. That definitely slows a game down, but those kind of things happen. Maybe they've all had their pickle juice and they're all ready
Their
to play
pregame
football.
pickle. A little onside kick attempt.
That ball is a free ball on the ground. Looks like the Cougars are going to fall on top of it and take over in good field position to start the game there at the 40-yard line.
Chad, does anybody just kick the ball off and
I don't
play defense anymore?
I was watching. I mean, I know we like to kick the ball deep. Got a good kicker in Jaden Rivera, but I was watching their kickoff unit down here, and man, he had a leg. He was. I guess they were trying to catch him asleep. Maybe they had a little film from last week how successful it was. Cougars got a different formation. Got 4 bunch receivers here at the bottom of your screen. Miles Futrell is just going to call his own number. He's going to break 1 tackle and pick up about 8 yards on that carry. Got a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what that is. Miles and the offense trying to catch him.
Probably going to be a holding call there on the left end.
That is indeed what it is, holding, and they're going to back that one up 10 yards.
You know, that's a judgment call, and in everyone's mind, holding is a perception.
Look, as an offensive lineman, look, we never
held.
Cougars, same formation, first down and 20. Miles is going to throw this time. Got Ahmad Sykes. Had some blockers, but he didn't get away from number 42, Colt Verscher, on the tackle.
A little close to a.
Got a flag on the play. Looks like that may be some roughing the passer, and that's indeed what it is, personal foul.
Now you're going to give all the
penalty
positives you started the game with back.
Roughing the passer is the call against Cougar quarterback Miles Futrell.
You know, and roughing the passer is not, it's not so much about protecting the quarterback in the sense that he can't be hit. But it's such a unique position.
Yeah.
It's hard to find guys, even at the high school. You know, there's only 32 guys that start in the NFL level.
That's right.
So you want to protect those guys for the fluidity of the game.
That's right. First down and 5 here. We've had both teams exchange penalties on the first 2 plays of the game.
And that's just a crippling penalty, you know, where you give them not only the yards back, but the first down.
And we got whistles blowing again. On the first 3 plays of the game, they're going to blow that one dead before it ever got going. I don't see flags on the field.
I don't know if the officials were set, possibly.
I see they backed it up 5 yards.
No, they reset the chains. It's
I'm
first
sorry.
and 10.
I'm sorry. Miles looking to throw. He's going to have pressure in his face, trying to get away from it. And he gets away from a couple of tackles, but he's going to lose about 5 yards on that first down play and bring up a second down and 15 here for the Cougars. Game's not starting out real sharp and as crisp as
For either team.
No. One receiver at the bottom of the screen, one at the top. They're going to keep it on the ground. Matthew Cooper carrying the ball, and he's going to fall forward for a pickup of about 4 yards on that play.
No Sykes at running back that we've seen so far.
Got a mod split out wide over here. Miles looking to throw, and he's going to launch one deep for Keith McKinney, and that ball is going to be complete down near the 20-yard line of the Buckeye Panthers. Looks like about the 21-yard line is where he's going to step out of bounds. Big play, beautiful ball. Keith had a step on the defensive back. Big play. We've got a Cougar down on the field right now. So we're going to step away for just a moment and pay a few bills. And we'll be right back here with live coverage of Grant High School Cougar football here on 446 Sports.
Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana here, week 2, Grant High School Cougar football here on 446 Sports. Big play there from the Cougars. Miles juggles the snap, but he does corral it and get the ball off. That ball's going to fall incomplete. The attempt was to
Keith McKinney.
Well,
I think we've already seen our first candidate for cool play of the game. What a impressive over-the-shoulder catch. Looked like Willie Mays out there.
Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. Cougars coming right back out here. Miles going to throw it again. He's got Jaden Moore wide open, and that is a Cougar touchdown.
And if you go back and look at some of these plays, Moore did not run any routes, and they just snuck him out here right here on a little pop pass, a little leak. We used to call that a little Y leak.
Y leak.
And just leak him out there. No one picked him up.
He was wide open. No one was around him. Cougars lining up for the point after. Snap was a little high. Miles gets it down. And that point after from Jaden Rivera is good.
The ever reliable.
Ever reliable. He did not miss an extra point. 9:43 here in the first quarter, and the Cougars have struck pay dirt. Cougars up 7-0 over the Buckeye Panthers. We're going to step away and we'll be right back. Grant Cougar Football.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Welcome back to Dry Prong. Your Grant Cougars scoring on their first possession, the opening drive here for the Cougars. Cougars looking a little bit different. You know, we talked to Coach Adams Tuesday night, and I said, what do y'all run, like 3 or 4 plays the whole night long? Kept it on the ground most of the time. And they come out throwing here tonight. Deep kick, and number 31 there for Buckeye is
Preston Willis.
Take that one all the way to the house. No one touched him. We've praised the Cougar coverage team here so far this week, and they snuck one by them.
And that's what we need to see.
Looked like about a 70-yard or so
kick return, and the problem hasn't been the scoring, Chad. It's been keeping the other ones off the scoreboard.
You know, that's always a key thing. You want to keep the opposing team from scoring. But Buckeye has scored quickly here, taking the kickoff about 70 yards back for a touchdown. And the point after attempt by Buckeye is no good. So just that quick, 9:26 here in the first quarter. Cougars up by 1. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of talk about what I was mentioning earlier with talking about Coach Adams and them running. You know, they didn't put a whole lot on film, and so they're coming out doing a lot of different things that I don't think Buckeye had any film on. And I tell you what, it's aside from the miscues, man, the Miles is throwing the ball pretty well.
Oh, he is, and I think, you know, aside from those couple early penalties, really it was just one on the Cougars. We'll hope we'll see what the special teams come up with here. I'd imagine we'd get another onside attempt.
Well, you know, talking about that film, Montgomery did it a lot last week, and it was very effective. I hope the coaching staff here for the Cougars kind of worked on some of that this week. You would think they would.
Well, we saw last week Montgomery with the line drive kicks. This has been more of a little more traditional onside.
And they're going to get a short pooch kick and keep it on the ground. Cougars are going to fall on it. No, the ball came out, and Buckeye is going to recover. From our angle, we had 2 Cougars falling on the ball, and the ball came out, and the Buckeyes are going to, or the Buckeye Panthers rather, are going to recover. Big swing right here, Coach.
Absolutely. You know, you'd hope to see some adjustment on that formation next time they kick it off. That's a deadly little dropper.
Yes. I didn't see the ball come out, but
looked like I couldn't see what number it was, but you know, when you come in so fast to get that ball, sometimes you just fly right out under it.
First time tonight, we're going to see the Buckeye Panther offense, and going to be a design quarterback run. Trying to get the edge. He does get the edge, and that was a powerful, powerful run there by the man playing quarterback, number 42, Colt Verscher. Big gain there on his first carry tonight.
Well, they obviously watched the film from the Montgomery game, just that quarterback power that gave the Cougars fits.
First down and 10, ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Colt Verscher in at quarterback for Buckeye. They're going to hand it off straight ahead. Jake Glass, we talked about Jake Glass, makes a heck of a play. They get, in fact, I think they may lose a yard or 2 on that play. Outstanding effort there by Jake Glass. Quick off the football.
Well, you need a big stop right now from your defense. to kind of flip that momentum back to you. Jay Glass starting it off right on first down.
2nd down and 12 here for the Buckeye Panthers. Cougar defense needing a stop here to flip this momentum. Colt Verscher in the shotgun. And he's going to pull it and run. Got a missed tackle. And he's got a little bit of room over there. Got a tackle there. Ball's going to come out, but I believe it's dead ball. Miles Futrell's going to fall on it. Going to get down to about the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. Looks like where the officials are spotting it. Cougars definitely need a stop here. It's 3rd down and manageable here for Buckeye, but the Cougars certainly need to come up with a stop. Buckeye running the football and running it well, running it effectively.
I'd imagine this would be a 4-down zone for them. Oh, there's a fumble.
Bad snap. Quarterback's going to pick it up.
We're gonna have a hold on number 14. He gave him the old bear hug.
That certainly looks like what that's going to be, holding against Buckeye, waiting on the call from the man in the white hat, and that is what it is, holding against Buckeye, and they're going to back them up 10 yards.
And that that's big for the Cougars. Gives them a little more room.
Still waiting on the official to mark off the penalty. Buckeye was anxious to get up there to the line of scrimmage. Going to back this one up 10 yards. Cougars certainly need to stop here. I'm like you, Coach. I believe this is probably going to be 4-down territory here for Buckeye, you would think. So anyway.
Yeah, you're going to have to stop them 2 plays in a row.
Colt Verscher looking to throw, and that ball is going to fall incomplete behind his receiver. Going to bring up 4th down and about 14 here for Buckeye.
Had a little pressure there from the freshman.
A lot of
Javon Davis.
Yeah, we've called his name here before. You like to see these young players, these freshmen, be contributing. I mean, a lot of times you don't think of freshmen doing that, but we got a great group of young football players here at Grant High School. Big play for the Cougar defense, 4th down and long here for Buckeye. They're going to hand the ball off straight ahead, and the Cougar defense is going to swarm on that. And we're going to have a turnover on downs. The ball's going to be at about the 20-yard line, where Miles in the offense will come back. Wonderful stop there.
That's a big stop, and now, that was almost like a punt for them. I don't think they want to throw anything, risk it. Just run the ball up the middle. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we're still in control of the field position battle.
We're going to step away. We have an injured player on the field. We're going to step away for a few minutes, and we'll be right back here on 446 Sports. Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. 7-18 here in the first quarter. Cougars up by 1, just coming off a big stop by the Cougar defense after the turnover. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Miles looking to the sideline here, waiting on the play.
Oh, we got number 1 back there. Oh, fumble. He fumbled.
Fumble. That was not a clean exchange between the quarterback and the running back, Ahmad Sykes, and going to end up with another turnover deep in their own territory.
And the defensive tackle came in there, I think we saw earlier, number 77 came out the game, Cameron Swanson, so his replacement is in. He's not a starter.
Big turnover here early in the game, man. We've got some Cougars got 2 turnovers here right in the first quarter, and that's definitely not the way you want to start out a game. Offense scored quickly, but a couple of turnovers here. The Cougar defense come up with a big stop, but they're right back out there on the field looking to make another one. Versher just going to call his own number and run straight ahead. He's a big, bruising, powerful quarterback running the football. Big gain on first down for Buckeye.
I'll have to see him throw before I call him a quarterback. I think we saw 18 in earlier.
He's definitely a runner. We'll do that. We'll say that. He's definitely a runner. We don't know so much. We just haven't seen enough yet to see what kind of thrower of the football he is. Second down and about 5 for Buckeye. Versher's going to pitch it over to the left side. And we see Jake Glass coming in there. Big Jake Glass standing, the running back, number 31 for Buckeye up. Preston Willis. And driving him out of bounds, going to bring up a 3rd down and short here for Buckeye.
We're going to have to lean on that Cougar defense again to make a stop.
Jake Glass has made his presence known early in this ball game. Got a lot of football left here to play, and certainly going to need him throughout the course of this game. Versher's got some room over there, and it looks like he may have enough for a Buckeye first down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal here for Buckeye after the turnover. No, I'm wrong on that. I was watching the official on the near side of the field. He's got, looks like he's got it being a first down. That's going to be close. They may bring the chains out and measure it.
Looks like he just moved the ball and said first down.
Okay.
That'll be 1st and goal.
All right. Well, looks like we're going to have our scheduled hydration timeout here in 6 minutes in the first quarter. And we're going to step away. Stay right with us here on 446 coverage of Grant High School Cougar football.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Grant High School Cougar football. Buckeye 1st and goal. We're going to keep the ball on the ground here. First down play, which that's what they've done most of the night here, Coach, is keep the ball on the ground. But it's been effective.
Well, you know, number 42, he can run the ball, so, you know, they're just reading off of him and trying to keep you guessing.
Second down and goal here for Buckeye. Mr. Versher, the quarterback there for Buckeye. Going to keep the ball on the ground, and we have got a play by Matthew Cooper coming in there from his linebacker spot. And Buckeye's going to lose some yardage on that play. What a play by Matthew Cooper. Penetration was excellent.
And right behind him was Jake Glass. I mean, the Cougars' top defenders, they're giving their all right now. They know a lot of this momentum is on them to make another stop.
3rd down and goal. Ball is outside the 10-yard line now after that big play by Matthew Cooper. You'd love to see the Cougars get a turnover here. Those are kind of hard to get when they keep the ball on the ground all the time. And Versher is going to go down again. That is Matthew Cooper with back-to-back plays. They can't seem to block him when he's coming. A little bit of run blitz there is what we're seeing here tonight. Matthew Cooper going to bring up a 4th down. Who else but Matthew Cooper. What a series of plays by this sophomore linebacker.
And if you're the Cougars, you've got to be fired up. You know, you've come out here and shut them down twice.
I mean, incredible. 3 plays in a row. Cougar defense, you know, the turnovers kind of put them, put the Cougars in kind of in a tough spot here, and the Cougar defense has risen to the occasion. You know, we always have a Southern Air Cool play of the game. I wonder if we can have a Southern Air Cool series with Matthew Cooper. 3 big plays in a row coming up with this stop and stop on the field goal attempt. Futrell's got pressure, looking to throw. He's just going to throw that one away.
Right into the cheerleaders.
Right into the cheerleaders. 2nd down and 10 here for the Cougars after the incomplete pass from Miles.
Well, we tried to see it earlier, the one rush by Ahmad, and we had the fumble on the play. Let's see if they go back to him, you know.
I would think they probably would. I mean, you got a young man as talented as he is, had a big game, got a bad snap, and we're just going to – that was supposed to be a run to Ahmad, but the bad snap missed the timing of it up terribly. You know, Buckeyes front is getting some pressure here on the Cougars, going to bring up a 3rd down and long here for Grant.
Well, we can't seem to get an offensive play off here.
Can't get any rhythm.
And now you've got 3rd and 15. There's not a lot of plays in the playbook. Thought they might have jumped there.
Not going to be a call. Miles waiting on the play to come in. He is going to look throw, just going to call his own number, and he's going to run into a host of white jerseys, and he's going to be short of a 1st down. Going to be up about looks like about 4th and 5. And I would expect to see the Cougar punting unit come out. You know, little miscues. We're seeing miscues out here that are, you know, they've disrupted the rhythm. We've had some turnovers. And so the Cougars are in a punting situation again. You know, this is early in the game, but this really puts your defense in a tough spot. They've had – this will be the 3rd time in a row they've had to get out on the field. Got another high snap, and he's just going to have to fall on that one. And another miscue here from the special teams unit. That snap was high. The punter appears to be a little upset with himself, but, man, I'm telling you, that snap went to the moon. And so the Cougar defense is set up in a situation here where it is 1st and goal, look like near the 5-yard line here for Buckeye.
We can't get out of our own way.
No.
And it's just one we've got to keep battling, and we're going to have to ask the defense again to try to help us out here.
Cougars clinging to a 1-point lead. Matthew Cooper in the backfield again. Jake Glass there. Ball is on the ground, but I believe they're going to whistle that one dead. But there he is again, number 37, Matthew Cooper coming up. You know, I wonder, Coach, you know, we got 2:06 here left in the 1st quarter. Cougars clinging to a 1-point lead. You got to wonder how can he keep this up for the entirety of a game? Because, man, is he making some plays.
And he plays running back, too.
Yes, he does. 2nd down and goal from back at about the 10-yard line, maybe just outside. Running back's got a little room.
Fumbled,
and he's got a ball on the ground. Got a pile of bodies there on the ground looking for the football, scrambling for the football. Still no signal from – yes, we do have a signal from the official. It is Cougar
football. Did you see Matthew Cooper come through? His helmet came off, and he kept playing.
My goodness gracious, what a football player that young man is. So Cougars were down. In fact, they still are down in the turnover battle here. But we've come back. Got a
we've
plus
tied it
one.
now.
Yeah,
we're 1-1.
Yeah. Didn't we have one on a kickoff?
Well, I won't call that a turnover. That's not on the offense. But we did have we had the botched punt, snap, and then the onside kick. But if we can get something going here.
Cougars desperately need to get something going here, trying to eliminate the miscues. Got to keep the ball on the ground this time, running straight ahead. I believe that was Ahmad on the carry. Got a few yards, like about 2 yards.
It's our first positive play in a bit. Let's
right.
see if we can string those along.
Cougars going a little tempo, going to keep it on the ground with Ahmad, and incredible penetration there by the linebacker from Buckeye, number 44. That young man's name is Gage Belgard, coming in there and making a play on Ahmad. So we're back at 3rd down and 10 here for the Cougar offense. Miles looking to throw, and he's got pressure all over him, and Miles is going to go down. The Buckeye players are signaling safety, but I believe he's going to be down outside of the goal line. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Cougars obviously are going to be punting from here. Not a real good series there for the Cougars. We saw a positive play that they're on 1st down, but seemed to be going backwards after that. Last time the Cougars punting unit was out there, had a high snap. Snap is good this time, and we do get the punt away. Going to be a high punt. Going to take a Cougar bounce, and that ball is going to roll down around the 40-yard line where Ahmad Sykes is going to touch it, and that's where the Buckeye offense is going to take over.
And that's been their worst starting field position for Buckeye. That tells you a lot.
Buckeyes have started in some excellent field position throughout this game.
But the Cougar defense has just been tremendous.
Again, it was a 3-and-out. Cougar defense is right back on the field, and so.
And Chad, I've noticed, Buckeyes got a lot of guys that are out here on offense that are also playing defense.
Yeah, and that will come into play as the game goes along. 1st down and 10 from the 40. Verser's going to throw, and that one's going to go right in the dirt, incomplete.
That was the first throw I think we've seen from him tonight.
Second one. He had one earlier.
The rollout, yes.
The rollout, it was a little bit behind the receiver, and that one fell in the dirt. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 here for Buckeye.
They might not have an answer yet for Matthew Cooper.
I would think they're probably saying, somebody blocked 37. Got a different quarterback in here for Buckeye. No, it isn't. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Matthew
goodness
Cooper.
gracious.
Matthew Cooper again. As the horn blows here at the end of the 1st quarter, Matthew Cooper blows up another play. This young man is having himself a football game. At the end of the 1st quarter, Cougars up 7-6 over the Buckeye Panthers. We're going to step away and pay a few bills, come right back here and be with us in Dry Prong with Grant Cougar Football right here on 446 Sports. Back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Got a tight ball game, 1-point ball game here at the end of the 1st quarter. Cougars clinging to a 1-point lead. Cougar defense, here comes Matthew Cooper again. They're going to pick him up on that play. Buckeye looking to throw, and they're going to complete that one down inside the 5-yard line. Going to be a 1st down here for Buckeye and goal. Big play. He was right on the money with that one, Coach.
Yeah, it looked like he was throwing out to the outside receiver. It looked like it was going to be incomplete.
Got a Cougar down on this deep throw, the receiver that was back there in coverage. And so we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back while they get that young man tended to. Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. That was one of our good Grant players, Keith McKinney, that was shaking up on that play, but he come off under his own power. First down and goal after the big completion for Buckeye, and they're going to keep it on the ground straight ahead and score from about 3 yards out. Ball carrier there for Buckeyes, number 31, Preston Willis. Looks like he had a little help from his quarterback.
He did. A little push.
little push there to help him get a little steam going. Buckeye lining up here for the point after. 11:36. Just getting started here in the second quarter of play. Low snap. They do get it down and get the kick off. And that kick is good. So with 11:36 left here in the second quarter, got a lot of football here. Buckeye goes in front, 13-7 here over the Grant Cougars. You know, Coach, we've been talking throughout this first quarter of play. Cougars are down. I mean, you know, one touchdown, an extra point, we're back in the lead. But a lot of the Cougars' problems here tonight have been self-inflicted. I don't know if maybe there's a little, maybe some jitters or something. You know, had such a, you know, the record-setting performance last week, and really maybe a little amped up, ready to come out here and play tonight.
Well, some of the same issues have kind of transpired, but as the level of competition gets higher,
yeah,
it's difficult to overcome a little bit. But when you think about it, Chad, you know, they came out in the first series and got the offense going. They're perfectly capable of doing that again. And defensively, they played great. You know, you take away that one big pass on third down, it's still 7-6.
Matthew Cooper, I know we keep calling his name, but my goodness, this young man has had a whale of a game here, middle linebacker here for the Cougars.
And I believe we'll onside kick it again, but, man, I don't know if I'd want to risk giving them good field position.
Short kick. Cougars are going to come up and field it. Ball's going to be blown dead about the 34-yard line where the Cougar offense will take over. What kind of powwow? Are you a play caller, offensive coordinator?
Well, first thing I'm going to tell the up man over here is stop letting the ball bounce, because you don't know how it's going to bounce. Run up and catch it.
Yes.
But as a play caller, you know, I want to go back to the basics. Let's come out and let's get a couple plays. We haven't had two successive positive plays in a while. You know, whether that be a run, a short throw.
Yeah.
Something to get some momentum and get a third and manageable.
You know, this Buckeye defensive line front, of course, they're sending a lot of pressure from their linebackers. Looks like here they come again. Miles is
like a busted play.
Busted play, certainly. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage here. You know, we were seeing a lot of push last week that we're not seeing tonight. Of course, I know they're bringing a lot of pressure here tonight from Buckeye, trying to disrupt all of these things.
That was like a busted play.
Yeah. Going to lose a yard on that play. Miles is going to throw, and that ball is going to fall incomplete.
He catches that, he's gone, Chad, and it's just another miscue.
He had an entire sideline over here and a little head of steam.
But that's the right call. Get your athletes out there in space. I don't think Buckeye can run with their athletes out on the perimeter. It's just getting them the ball and executing.
Going to throw again here to Keith McKinney. That's going to be complete. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to break 2 tackles.
Oh, goodness gracious.
3 tackles, and that's going to be a Cougar first down.
And that's what I was talking about right there, Chad. I think that the matchup favors the Grant receivers. Get them the ball in space and let them do their thing.
You know, I mentioned, I mean, you just got those words out of your mouth before that play. But we talked about a little bit about rhythm. You know, those miscues and bad snaps, you know, really throw all of that off. And Miles is going to throw to Dante Rubin, and that ball is going to fall incomplete, out of bounds. Going to bring up a second down here for the Cougars. But, you know, the short passing game is very important, you know, running the ball. And when you can't really get in any kind of rhythm, it just really throws everything off. Got flags on the play. Looks like that may be a false start against. No,
encroachment on Buckeye.
Buckeye, how about that? That's a break here for the Cougar offense.
When you play ultra aggressive on defense, as Buckeye's doing.
Yeah.
And Grant starts getting maybe a positive play or starts going in succession, you can draw those plays.
Yeah. Second down and 5 here for the Cougar offense. We've yet to see him get Ahmad Sykes going. I'm pretty sure Buckeye has been cued in on him. Miles breaks 1 tackle, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and I tell you what.
Well, you'd like to see 1 block on that play.
He didn't get a whole lot of help on that one. I mean, there were white jerseys just swarming him. They're showing 4th down on the sticks, but I'm not sure that's 4th down.
This should be 3rd down.
Should be 3rd down here for the Cougars.
Yeah, they've changed it.
3rd down and long. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Miles going to roll out. He's going to throw complete to Keith McKinney, but the tackle was made immediately. That's not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down for the Cougars, and looks like they may be going for it here on 4th down. Maybe they're going to try to draw them off sides. It's quite a gamble right here. You know, we talked a little bit about that last week.
You know, I'm almost one to punt, let my defense get me the ball back, but
Buckeye showing pressure. Miles calling for the football, and he's going to throw complete.
No,
they're saying incomplete. Must have hit the ground.
It did. That's one I won't argue with.
That was that would have been a first down had they been able to complete that pass, but unfortunately they do not. They're going to turn it over on downs and put the Cougar defense back out on the field. Still really good field position here for this Buckeye Panther offense. 8:57 left here in the second quarter. Cougars down 13-7 to Buckeye here in Dry Prong, Louisiana.
Well, you know, the bright spot is your defense played so well. If you can get the ball back.
Buckeye's going to pitch it over to the left side. You can see Matthew Cooper in pursuit over there, and they're not going to catch him until he picks up a first down. Ball's going to be at about the 41-yard line for Buckeye.
You know, in a play like that where you get the edge, either he's really fast and it was designed well, or somebody's hands are really sneaky.
You know, offensive linemen never hold, man. No, never hold. First down and 10 for Buckeye in Cougar territory. They've spent a lot of time in Cougar territory thus far in this ball game. Quarterback's going to call his own number. He's going to break a couple of tackles, going to break 3 or 4 tackles. He's got one man to beat. He's going to lower his shoulder. He is still on his feet. Oh, that man's hard to bring down. That's going to be a 1st and goal for Buckeye at the 5-yard line. I don't know how many tackles he broke on that play.
At least 6.
We talked a little bit earlier about shoring up that tackling. Definitely didn't have it on that run. That's a big man. He's hard to bring down. First down and goal here for Buckeye. They've been running the ball effectively. I would think you're probably going to see them run the ball here again. Short yardage situation. And they're going to hand the ball straight ahead. And that's going to be another Buckeye touchdown with 7:37 here left before halftime. 31 was a ball carrier, Preston Willis for Buckeye. That's his second touchdown here tonight for Buckeye. As they line up here for the point after attempt, man, you really hope to see the Cougars try to put a drive together here in the nearly midway through the second quarter. Snap down, kick is up, high kick, and that kick is no good. So with 7:37 left here in the second quarter, Buckeye Panthers 19 and your Grant Cougars 7. We'll be right back here in just a minute with Grant Cougar Football right here on 446 Sports.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hall at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome back to Dry Prong. Live coverage of Grant High School Cougar football. They got the Buckeye Panthers here in town, and the Buckeye Panthers have opened up a little bit of a lead here, 19-7, nearly halfway through the second quarter. Buckeye just doing old meat and potatoes counter power football here tonight, and it seems to be effective. Cougars have done a lot, kind of shot themselves in the foot, so to speak. First deep kick off we see from Buckeye tonight. Going to have a return out to about the 30-yard line. I believe that was Dante Rubin on the return there for the Cougars. 31-yard line here for the Cougar offense. Going to be taken over.
And if you're the Cougars, man, we've seen some unique formations, but Buckeye is loading the box. There's 8, sometimes 9 guys in there, and they're just coming.
And you've got an opportunity to throw the ball. They're just going to have to be quick.
And again, though, like I said, I think if you get those receivers out there in space, I mean, we're looking at it now. They've got eight men.
Cougars short a man.
They've got 8 men down there in the box. That's hard for any offensive line to handle.
Buckeyes more or less saying, you're going to beat us tonight. You're not going to beat us with a mod. And Miles Futrell is just pummeled, just swarmed by white jerseys. Going to lose a yard or 2 on that play, bring up a second down and long. We got to be better up front. Second down and long. Miles in the shotgun. Again, pressure in his face. He's taking off running. He's looking to throw. He had a man open, and he's going to overthrow him just a little bit. And it's going to bring up third down and long here for the Cougars. That play certainly had a chance. He was rolling out, just put a little bit too much on that ball. Big third down play here for the Cougars. I know it's early in the game, but this seems like a big third down. Pressure again in his face, relentless pressure, and he's just going to have to throw that ball away, and the Cougar punting unit's going to be back out again. Certainly struggling picking up that pressure that's been coming here tonight.
I don't know where they were. It's hard to kind of see what the design is on some of these play calls with the pressure.
They are bringing it every play, that's for certain. Cougar punting unit is getting a bit of a workout here tonight. 6:17 left in the half. Got another bad snap, and the punter does. And going to be down inside the 25, near the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Bad snap, missed the entire rhythm of that up, and Buckeyes in business again, putting the Cougar defense back out on the field. Cougars definitely getting hit in the mouth here tonight, as they say.
They've only got 10 out there right now.
Timeout. Grant on the field. Well, we got timeout here about midway through the second quarter. Cougars in a bit of a jam here tonight. We're going to step away and pay a few bills. Stay with us here on 446 Sports.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Cougars on their heels a little bit here tonight. First down and 10 for Buckeye. And looks like that call may go against the offense. We'll see what it is. False start against Buckeye. They're going to back them up 5 yards.
He got a little love there from his fellow lineman.
Give you a little score update tonight. Tioga, one of our neighbors down the road, is up good tonight. I believe they're playing Leesville, if I'm not mistaken. 28-0 over Leesville. That's a little bit unexpected. Gina is now 22-0 in their ball game tonight. First down and 15. Quarterback's going to call his own number. Cougar defense swarm to the ball carrier this time. Got a whole group of.
And that's Madden Blaylock out there.
Madden Blaylock, our offensive lineman of the week last week, out there playing a little bit of defensive tackle, making a play there on the defense. Well, we're at 6 minutes, the mandatory hydration break here, and Cougars are down 19-7 to the Buckeye Panthers. And we're going to take a break during this hydration break and mention some of our sponsors. Stay with us here on 446 Sports.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Welcome back to Dry Prong. Live coverage of Grant High School football here on 446 Sports. Second down and 11. Buckeye is going to come out throwing, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. Going to bring up a third down and long.
And if you're Grant here, not a lot has gone right, but getting a key third down stop is important here.
Big play. I mentioned Gina score up 22-0. They were playing one of our 446 sports schools, Menard. They are at Menard tonight. So Gina is on a little bit of a roll there. Big third down play here for the Cougar defense. Third down and 11 here for Buckeye. And they're going to pitch it over to the right side. Got another missed tackle. and he's going to fall down near the goal line. Didn't quite get in the end zone, but he's going to be marked right with the nose of the football touching the goal line. Cougar defense had a play to be made down here and missed the tackle. The carry there was number 31 Preston Willis, senior running back for the Buckeye Panthers.
Missed tackles again. Matthew Cooper came. I thought he almost might have stole that ball, and he just missed it, and then just a bevy of missed tackles.
Cougars down by 12 here midway, a little over midway through the second quarter, and Buckeyes threatening to add to their lead. And the Cougar defense is going to stand strong there on that first down carry. Buckeyes going to lose a couple of yards on that play. Matthew Cooper was coming in there hot and missed that tackle, but his comrades there in black made the play. Second down and goal here for Buckeye. Looks like they're going to stand around and talk about it here a little bit. Clock is running.
They're in no hurry.
No, they're not. And they get the football to open the second half. Flags thrown by the near official. Call is going to be against Grant. Looks like it may be a sideline warning. Second down and goal. Line up to play this second down play again after the sideline warning against the Grant sideline. 4 minutes here left to go in the half. Buckeyes really capitalized here on the Grant miscues and really playing a good football game. And the quarterback for Buckeye is going to walk in for another Buckeye touchdown. Colt Verscher on the carry there. And, Coach, this one looks like it may be getting out of hand here.
It absolutely does, and this is where you test your program from a mental standpoint. It's not over.
No, certainly not over. But, you know, this is one of those situations. You know, you talk about coaching and playing, and when you're ahead, it's easy to coach and it's easy to play. But when you've got a little bit of adversity, you're really gonna have to, find a way to dig in there. Got a flag on the play. Call is offsides against the Cougars on the point after play.
Buckeye was about to execute a fake field goal. They may just call timeout and kick it. Or they might draw something else up in the dirt.
Timeout on the field. Buckeye in no hurry. Just scoring a touchdown, up 25-7 over the Cougars with 3:50 left in the half. We'll be right back here to Dry Prong. Our live coverage of Grant High School Cougar football here on 446 Sports.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school.
Welcome back here to Dry Prong, Louisiana, week 2 of the Grant High School Cougar football season. They've run into a buzzsaw here against the Buckeye Panthers. Buckeye up 25-7 here in the final minutes here of the second quarter. Buckeye is going to go for 2 on this play, and that 2-point conversion is good. So that's gonna bump their lead up to 20 points. Going to have a 3-score lead here over the Cougars, and man, I tell you what, Cougars are going to have to figure something out here pretty quickly. You know, we'd love to see, or they would love to see, we would all love to see Cougars put some points on the board here with this upcoming drive, because Buckeye gets the football to open the second half.
Yeah, if we can't put anything on the board and they come down again, you know, it's going to get real dicey. But we got to get something going offensively. We've got to get something in a rhythm. You know, this might be the time to really open up the entirety of the playbook.
Get the ball out quick, pick up the pressure, something, because it's really there's really been no rhythm here for the Cougar offense. Certainly hadn't gotten Mod Sykes going here tonight. Buckeyes kicked a little bit differently here each time they've kicked off. They've onside kick, they kicked the short pooch kick, they kicked one deep the last time. Swing of the leg, going to have a short pooch kick this time. That ball is going to be fielded, looks like by Jaden Moore. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Jaden Moore over there fielding that ball.
Number 25, Andrew Lavispear.
Andrew Lavispear. We have not called his name yet this season.
That was his shot to run the ball.
First down and 10 here for the Cougar offense. Definitely need to get something going here before the half. Definitely need to get some points on the board. Down 20 here in the final minutes here of the second quarter. Cougars are going to have a quarterback change here tonight. Gage Hosseini is coming in to play quarterback for the Cougars. Him and Ahmad Sykes in the backfield. Gage is going to hand that ball off to Ahmad, and there you see the speed from Ahmad Sykes, and he is gone to the house, but we do have a flag on the play. I see the head official motioning for him to come back. So it looks like that one is going to come back. Holding against the Cougar offense. So they're going to take that 6 points off the board for the Cougars. My goodness, we haven't talked about Ahmad here tonight, and man, what a run. You saw the speed from Ahmad on that play. Shame that it's going to come back here as a result of a holding call. Gage Hosseini in at quarterback, made a quarterback change. Gage is a sophomore here for the Cougars. Talked about that being a luxury here. Cougars have got two quarterbacks that are very good. Ahmad on the ground again, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to get that ball out near the 44 or 45-yard line at about the 44.
And that clock is running, Chad, you know.
Clock is running, so the Cougars.
It's tough to find a run game in the last few minutes of the ball game, because you want to keep it on the ground. You want to keep doing that. But, you're battling two people now.
Snap was a little high. Gage gets it down. They hand it to Ahmad. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that clock continues to run. Going to bring up a third down and short here for the Cougars, and we've got a player down on the field, and so we're going to step away while they tend to that young man. We'll be right back here. Grant High School Cougar Football here on 446 Sports.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on! Seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling.
In Grant Parish, your health has a home, no matter where you are. Grant Community Health Center in Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
Heating and plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Your team, your business, or your community? BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Grant Parish, your health has a home, no matter where you are. Grant Community Health Center in Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Welcome back to Grant High School Stadium, Week 2, Grant High School football here on 446 Sports. Excuse me. Grant here with 2:43 left in the half. Cougar offense in a 3rd down and short situation. We're back after an injury timeout. Senior Caleb Furman injured on that play. Had to come out and Buckeye sniffed that one out, and we're going to lose probably 5 or 6 yards on that play. The carry was made by Ahmad Sykes, but we're going to be they're showing fourth down. Cougars definitely going to be going for it here, down 20 here. Miles is going to cut one loose, and that one's going to be incomplete. That would have been very close to a first down.
Right in his hands, to the first down marker.
Right in his hands there, the first down marker, and that was going to be incomplete. And they'll turn over on down. No? Yeah, he's showing the right. I didn't see from my vantage point. Look, he pointed in the Grant direction, but he is just signaling first down for Buckeye. And you can see Buckeye's got a little bounce in their step here. They got the clock is running inside 2 minutes here left in the half, but Buckeye's got an opportunity here to add to their lead, and they're going to get the ball coming out from the second half. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if they'll play this conservative and just be happy with a 20-point lead here at halftime.
Chad, I think they're going to come down and try to score here with 1:20 as it's ticking. I don't know why the clock is rolling.
Buckeye with a different quarterback looking to throw, and that ball's going to fall incomplete on first down. Minute 16 left here in the half. Different quarterback in there for Buckeye, Caden Grimmett. He's going to stay in the game, so it
appears they're going to try to put the ball in the end zone.
He's appears to be their quarterback with the better arms. So it look like they're going to try to get a score here. I got a bad snap. He's going to have to pick it up and run. Matthew Cooper all over that play, and it's going to be a big loss there for Buckeye. Matthew Cooper making a play again. He's going to be down near the 50-yard line. Going to bring up third down. Here in a couple of bus lengths.
Yeah, now I don't know if they're going to try so hard they may just take a Hail Mary type shot, or they might just run the ball.
They're certainly in no hurry, just letting the clock run here with a 20-point lead here in the waning seconds of the second quarter before halftime. I believe they're just going, they're not going to be able to do that. The play clocks.
They call a timeout here.
Timeout on the field. Buckeye with 25 seconds left here in the half. Up 27-7 here over the Cougars. I tell you what, Matthew Cooper has made some play. I know we're down 20 points here, but you got to love the plays Matthew Cooper has. He has really taken this defense on his shoulders and made some wonderful plays, doing his very best to keep the Cougars in this ball game. This is not insurmountable odds, but it's definitely quite a hole that they're in, down 20, especially with Buckeye getting the ball coming out to start the second half. Going to be third down and about 20 here for Buckeye, and I see the original quarterback is back in the game, Colt Verscher. So they may be content with just running the ball here and just let the clock run out. They're going to keep it on the ground. No, it's a fake. He's going to keep it. He's going around the edge, and he's got a little room. Got some Cougars closing in on him. Going to be down at about the 10-yard line. Big run there by the quarterback, number 42, Colt Verscher, around the edge. Looks like he faked me out. Looks like he faked everyone else out there on the Cougar defense. Going to have timeout on the field with 15 seconds left here in the half.
And that was the absolute last thing you wanted to happen. It looked like they were content to try to just, run the ball, run out this clock. But when you get about a 40-yard gain, they're going to take some shots here.
Oh, this is coming back. It's going to be a personal foul against Buckeye. I didn't see the play, but it is coming back. That is a personal foul against Buckeye. So the Cougars get a break here. That was a big play that is coming back. Looks like it's going to be about 21 yards here for a first down. Only 15 seconds left in the half. You got to wonder if Buckeyes just going to be content. Nope, they got their throwing quarterback back in the game, Caden Grimmett. Looks like they're going to take a shot here. Maybe a couple of them. They got time for that. Nope, they're going to throw a wide receiver screen. That one's going to fall incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. 2 seconds. You think they're going to take a shot here, Coach?
I mean, if you don't get it, the clock's going to run out anyway.
Right.
You know, I looked like they were cooking up maybe a throw. Well, they were cooking something up there, and the ball hit the ground.
they definitely had something cooking up there. Grimmett's going to walk to the sideline. Looks like he's going out. And number 42, quarterback Colt Verscher is back in at quarterback for Buckeye. Buckeye has a couple of quarterbacks as well. I know we do with Grant. One of them just happens to be a big bruising runner. The other one is a thrower of the football. 4th down play here with 2 seconds left in the half for Buckeye. Up 20 over the Cougars, 27 to 7. And Verscher is fighting off tackles, and he's going to be taken out of bounds, and that's going to bring this first half of week 2 football to an end. Cougars are in a bit of a hole here. Not an insurmountable hole, but they are in a hole. And we hope to see the Cougar coaching staff make some adjustments and come out here and try to erase some of this lead. I'm going to tell you it's going to be difficult because Buckeye seems to be running the ball very well. We're going to step away and take a little halftime break ourselves. But stay right with us. Come back and join with us as we bring you the second half of week 2 here in Dry Prong. Cougars are down 27 to 7 to the Buckeye Panthers. Stay with us here on 446 Sports.
On behalf of Coach Felton, thank you for your support and coaching in our community. Go Cougars! And now, here comes our GHS Golden Girls. Let's give them some love, ladies and gentlemen. Show us what y'all got. Ladies and gentlemen, more GHS Golden Girls. now, ladies and gentlemen, time for a halftime show from our very own GHS Band.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
In Grant Parish, your health has a home, no matter where you are. Grant Community Health Center in Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hall at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance. Grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hall at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana, week number 2 of Grant High School football, brought to you each and every week here on 446 Sports. Man, I tell you what, Coach, it's been a tough night here for the Cougars. Down 27-7 here to the Buckeye Panthers. Buckeye's going to get the football when they come back out after the half, and so hopefully Grant coaching staff is up in there making some adjustments. We got a few scores, particularly from our 446 coverage teams here tonight. I've got to put on my glasses here. I know this doesn't matter to our viewers, but I got to put my glasses on tonight. Leesville and Tioga playing. Halftime, Tioga is up 35-7 over Leesville.
That's a shocker.
Listen, this is not a slight to Tioga at all, but Leesville is
a team that went to the semifinals last year. And
absolutely. Leesville, tough team, but Tioga seems to be rolling there tonight, 35-7 halftime. Gina is playing, or Menard rather, is hosting Gina tonight, and Menard is having a little bit of rough go with the Gina Giants. They are down to Gina 44-3 at halftime.
They might ask them to leave after it's after it's all over.
You think so? Turling's Catholic up 24-7 over Sam Houston at halftime, and Red River is up on St. Mary's at halftime, 12-7. St. Mary's is playing a little bit of a game. There is another game that some of our viewers, we're all kind of in the same neck of the woods here in South. Off to a good start. Ash, 57-0 last night, so they had a big win.
That one was over. Will be over a little quicker than this one will be.
Yeah, but I think we're going to get out of here a little bit earlier. I guess when you score that many points, 126 combined points last night between Grant and Montgomery. Grant coming out on top. But this week is a story, Coach. We've got Cougars are. I tell you, there's been a lot of miscues, and we've talked about that a little bit. But they've struggled to get things going on offense, couldn't find any rhythm. Had a big run by Mod Sykes, touchdown run earlier that was called back on account of a holding penalty. But they've really struggled. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
I was going to say that, but Buckeye, whatever their game plan was, apparently they're showing it to us, and they're executing it well.
Well, everything we've seen offensively from Grant, they struggled with the Buckeye defense. Buckeye is everyone's pressed up to the line. There's 8, sometimes 9 men in the box. It's been difficult to get the run game going. We've seen the success that Grant has had throwing the ball, whether it was the quick out here to Keith McKinney, the long pass to McKinney, the pop pass to Jaden Moore for the touchdown earlier. That seems to have been the most effective way to counter that. We just had a lot of miscues, bad snaps, bad handoffs. I think if they come out and kind of commit to that, getting the ball out quick to those receivers, I think the Grant receivers are a better matchup. They're going to win that matchup 9 out of 10 times against the Buckeye secondary. You just got to figure out a way to get them the ball. And that's the challenge that's going to come into play.
The Cougars at the end of the half made a quarterback change. They brought in Gage Hosseini. And, from what I've seen of Gage, watched him play a little bit last year, watched him play in the Jamboree. Him and Miles are two different. They got a little different style in the way they play. And just from what I've seen, I'm up here in a booth. The Grant coaching staff is on the sideline, and that's a totally different animal. But from what I've seen from Gage, he seems to be a little quicker on his deciding where he's going to go with the football. He seems to be just a little bit quicker in that. And what I've seen from him, he's not afraid to turn the football loose. He'll throw the ball.
Well, I think Miles just started playing the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Gage, of course, and I've seen him several times in 7-on-7. That's where the technique and the fundamentals kind of, when we talk about the younger guys and the guys in the developmental leagues and doing those things before high school, that's where it comes into play now.
Yeah.
So you can put a sophomore out there and you can see the fundamentals, you can see the technique. But the Cougars, man, there are 2 issues. If they clean those up, I think they're going to be able to march right back in this ball game, and that's the tackles. And we've seen a couple drop passes, just stall drives.
Yeah.
So it's not something where it's like we what do we do? It's just let's clean up what we do.
And they would not be in this hole if it weren't for some of those. A lot of them they're mental errors. They wouldn't be in this hole. Cougars definitely have the athletes, to come back out of this hole. Absolutely. We have not seen a whole lot of Ahmad tonight. He had a huge game last week. And so, Coach, all that stuff gets put on film, and everybody can watch that. And
we talked on the coaches show, I guarantee you on the Buckeye bulletin board, number 1 was circled.
Yeah.
So you've got to know that and come out with, some different concepts, some different ideas to get other people involved. Because you're not going to, like we said, I think even in the Jamboree, you're not going to hide one anymore.
No, you're not going to hide him at all. So, they probably said, Grant may beat us tonight, but number one is not going to be the guy to beat him. I want to mention a few things, just some things going on here on 446 Sports. We're just so tickled to be a part of the 446 Sports team. I want to invite you to join Doug Gann and Marshall Leffler, at 8 a.m. on the Red River Roundup on 446 Sports. They'll be talking all about the scores and the highlights from around the state. And that's going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. So log on to 446 Sports and check out the Red River Roundup show. I think I may tune into that and see.
Well, I'll have to miss it. Doug's going to be mad at me, but I've got to take one to soccer and one to softball.
You've got to be dad.
I'll be on my phone though. It's available on your mobile device.
That's right.
That you can go ahead and log in. I don't know if my wife would like that if I was watching 446.
I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, Coach. When you're at those type of things, especially for your kids, your wife may not like that. Your wife really may not like it at all if you're at some type of event together to be watching sports on your phone. We're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff here, getting ready to kick off the second half here of week number 2. And so just want to mention a couple of some of our sponsors that we're so thankful for here on 446 Sports. Richard Stock State Farm is one of them. East Grant Community Health Center, the South Grant Community Health Center, and the Grant Community Health Centers all together. So we appreciate them so very much.
And just the first-class staff. When I was coaching here, I'd have to go there every year to get my physical for the CDL to drive that old the old cheese wagon.
The bus.
It was just wonderful people.
My kids and myself, we've been and very professional. They'll definitely take care of you. As special teams units are coming out for the opening kickoff here of the second half, I do want to mention the Grant High School Football Coaches Show on Tuesday nights with head coach Jarvis Felton, and we got all kind of players and support staff. And the place that hosts our coaches show, Route 22, they are a business here in a restaurant here in Dry Prong, cooking up delicious wood-fired food. Always made the mistake of saying wood-fired pizza, and they do, and it is delicious wood-fired pizza. They do cook it up there, but they got all kinds of things. So when you're in Dry Prong and looking for a place to eat lunch or what have you, stop in and see Miss Benita and the folks at Rue 22.
And that whole B-22 complex is just a fantastic
It's
place.
amazing. They have really transformed the old school there in Dry Prong and made it a wonderful, wonderful facility.
Chad, do we do any? Oh, we're gonna kick it deep.
I thought they might have tried to slip in an onside kick there, but they didn't. They were going to kick it deep, and that kick is going to go out of bounds. Deep kick there by Jaden Rivera. Jaden, who's had a really good season here for the Grant Cougars thus far, does all the kicking here for the Cougars. He doesn't do the punting, but he does all the place kicking here for the Cougars, kicking extra points, field goals, kickoffs, things of that nature. Buckeye offense going to get the ball. They deferred. They won the toss at the beginning of the game, opted to defer and get the ball here to open the second half. They are up by 20 here over the Cougars, 27-7. Ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. Buckeyes going to keep it on the ground, go around the end there. Got a flag over here on the near side. We'll see what that call is. The ball carrier for Buckeye was number 11, Cameron Burns.
Well, the man ran on late to the field for Grant. I don't know if they're going to. They had 10. They might call that a legal substitution.
I believe that call is going to be against Grant. I see the head official over there talking to the Buckeye coach. We'll see exactly what the call is as he makes his way. Well, no, they're backing the ball up. Maybe he's backing. Yeah, the call is against Grant.
They're just going to replay the down.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to march it off from the first down. They're going to take the penalty, and he's going to march it off. And those are just killer because they're 15 yards.
Oh. That's going to put the ball out at midfield here for the Buckeye offense.
And, for our viewers, yes, he was the 11th man running on the field, but you cannot run onto the field
at that time.
At that time. You're just going to have to roll the dice for 10.
First down and 10 for Buckeye. Low snap. He corrals it, and they're going to keep the ball on the ground. Big run over there. Going to pick up about 12 yards on that carry. Ball carrier for Buckeye there was a young man by the name of Ty Curtis.
And Buckeye's just running so violently, so hard. I mean, they're running into contact.
39-yard line of the Cougars after the first down run for Buckeye. Buckeye appears to have the Cougar defense on its heels. Bad snap, ball's on the ground, and the quarterback there, number 42, Colt Verscher, is just going to fall on it. Cougar defense getting a little bit of a break there.
That's where the football gods are going to give you an opportunity there. You want to thank them.
Buckeye's going to lose 5 yards, going to bring up second down and 15.
Might even be 16 there, Chad.
Yeah, I do. I do see the sticks over there. You are correct, Coach.
I'm your eyes in the sky, buddy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. 10:36.
Oh, goodness. Here comes Matthew Cooper.
Matthew Cooper, they're going to miss the tackle. Jake Glass is going to clean it up. Going to pick up about 4 yards on that carry. Going to bring up a big third down here for the Cougar defense. Matthew Cooper was coming 100 miles an hour. They've got a late flag coming in.
It looks like it's going to be like a personal foul on Buckeye.
We'll see what the man in the white hat says.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. Against Buckeye.
That tackle was a little rough, but it was within the rules of the game. And, sometimes, we've got to remember they are kids.
That's right. Going to bring up third down and about 2 or 3 bus lengths here. Big break here for the Cougar defense. They certainly need one.
But as we've seen, third and long is not. This is a key stop in this game if Grant's going to claw their way back into this one.
Big third down here for the Cougars. Going to pitch it near side. Trying to get the edge. Cougars are going to knock him out of bounds way short of the first down. And that's going to bring up a fourth down here for Buckeye. I'm just watching the personnel here on the field.
Self-inflicted wounds there by Buckeye.
Absolutely.
And they may not punt this one, Chad.
They are definitely on the Cougar side of the field. They may just try to go for it here, and that's indeed what they're doing. The way their defense has played here tonight thus far, I don't blame them. Going to pitch it over to the left side. Cougar defense is going to come up with the stop. And the Cougar offense is going to take over at their own 40-yard line after that big fourth down stop.
And Javon Davis there setting the edge at force 31 back inside where he can't beat you with speed.
Buckeyes had some success, especially when they've gotten the edge out there. And that was a heck of a job by Javon Davis to turn that run back inside to his help. Cougar offense. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, you're good. I was going to say, this is the best opportunity you've had all game. You've got to come down here and score right now.
Cougars needing some points. Gage Hosseini in at quarterback, and they're going to hand the ball off straight ahead to Ahmad Sykes, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Those negative plays are just so difficult to overcome.
Coach, it's just, there's 8 men in the box. It's just there's not enough bodies.
Second down and about 11.5, 12 yards here for the Cougars. Gage Hosseini. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to turn one loose over there over the head of Dante Rubin going to bring up a 3rd down and long here for the Cougars. And just that quick, we're here in a critical 3rd down situation here for this Cougar offense. Cougars desperately need some points here, down by 20.
You know, you might want to try, you know, maybe a screen to Ahmad. I mean, they're sending 8. I mean, you can count them right now on your screen.
And here they come again. Gage is going to be wrapped up, sacked, and lose the football. And that is going to be another Grant turnover. And the Buckeye Panthers, after this big break, this big play by the big stand by the Cougar defense, going to turn the ball over and set them up in just gravy position here, Coach.
We got to see something a little different there. I think somebody's got to find the drawing board.
You'd like to see that ball because, I mean, they're stacking the box and they're sending pressure to get that ball out of the backfield as quickly as possible some way or another. 1st down and 10 here for Buckeye. Ball about the 29-yard line of the Cougars, and they're just going to pitch it out to the right side. Getting out across the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. Number 31 ball carrier there for Buckeye, Preston Willis. We talked about in the pregame how effective Buckeye was last year. I know that was a year ago, running the football, and they're putting that on display here tonight. 2nd down and about 5 here for the Buckeye offense. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, and they're just going to run straight ahead, and that's going to be another Buckeye Panther touchdown. Number 31, Preston Willis on the carry. He slipped through one tackle and liked to hit his head on the goalpost. Woo! 8 minutes here left in the 3rd quarter. After the stop there, critical stop as it were, on Buckeye's opening possession, a turnover sets Buckeye up in good field position, and they take advantage of that. Again, taking advantage of miscues with 8:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. Buckeye up 33-7 over your Grant Cougars. We're going to step away, pay a few bills, come right back here with us in Dry Prong, Louisiana for Grant High School football right here on 446 Sports.
In Grant Parish, your health has a home, no matter where you are. Grant Community Health Center in Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Grant High School in a bit of a hole here in week number 2 against the Buckeye Panthers. Down 33-7. Dante Rubin with a big return out across the 35. Looks like down to about the 37, 38-yard line, waiting on him to spot the ball. Big return. Cougars did need that little spark there from Dante, special team spark, getting a big return. Ball is going to be spotted there at about the 38-yard line where the offense, they're huddled up. They're talking with the coaching staff. I see the offensive coordinator, Coach Adams, in there. Coach Cowan's in there. Trying to come up with something here for the Cougar offense. They have struggled mightily.
I'd love to see him get, Ahmad maybe out into some space, bump him out, something quick. Okay.
And they looked to throw, but they sniffed that one out in a hurry. Had they completed that pass, Ahmad would have been really showing some miracle worker footwork to get out of that one. They were right on top of it. 2nd down and 10 here for the Cougars. 2 receivers at the bottom of his screen. Gage Hosseini, the quarterback. He's going to throw quick, and he's going to hit a Buckeye defender in the back of the head with the football. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10 here for the Cougars. Madden Blaylock there. A little, some say violent game, but it is a physical game. Blocking and tackling. 3rd down, big 3rd down here for the Cougars. Gage Hosseini looking to the sideline, looking for the play. He's going to roll to his left and throw incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 10 here for the Cougars. I tell you what.
Even if that was completed, Chad, you're still 4th and long.
I tell you, Buckeye has been very successful bringing pressure here tonight. Cougars can't seem to get anything going here on offense. See Matthew Cooper, wonderful middle linebacker there for the Cougars, coming out onto the field. Cougars going to be going for it here, down 33-7 against Buckeye. Looking for a big play. Gage, pressure comes, and he's going to throw an interception, and that was going to go back the other way. Sean Williams did have a step on the defender, got a flag coming in here late. Sean Williams did have a step on the defender, but that ball was a little underthrown. Gage had pressure right in his face when he threw that football. We'll wait and see what the flag is. Cougars definitely struggling here tonight. Buckeye Panthers certainly had their number. Holding against the Panthers. Cougars look like they're going to get a break here. Holding
It's
against
just
the
going to be able to
Panthers.
return, so Buckeye will still get the ball.
Oh, I see. Well, from the position of the flag, you know, you wouldn't have, in my mind, when he said holding, in my mind it was defensive holding or something of that nature that I might not have seen. But that certainly makes sense. Thank you for the clarification on that, Coach. 1st down and 10, Buckeye from midfield. Colt Verscher, quarterback. They're going to just run it straight ahead. A new ball carrier there for Buckeye, number 23, Wade Jenkins.
And I think we might start seeing Buckeye just slow the game down. There's no reason to be, in the attack mode, especially from what you've seen from the offense for the Cougars. 4 touchdowns right now is a tall ask.
Yes, absolutely. Tall ask for the Cougars to come back. 2nd down and 8. Buckeye's going to pitch to the near side of the field. Cougar defense is going to swarm on that one. They're going to lose a yard. Matthew Cooper again on that play. Miles Futrell coming up from his safety position on that play. Braden Sloan was in there. Just a host of Cougars going to bring up a 3rd down and long here for Buckeye. Again, Buckeyes in no hurry here, up big over the Cougars. This is certainly going to be a gut check half here for the Cougars.
And Chad, I don't know if we've seen Jake Glass out there.
Gonna look to throw on 3rd down. That ball's going to be complete. Man wide open. Going to be a Buckeye 1st down on that play. That's something we, when they've run the ball, come out and throw like that and pick up a 1st down. We are at a hydration break here midway through the 3rd quarter. Cougars struggling mightily here tonight against the Buckeye Panthers, down 33-7 midway through the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a break. Stay with us for more Grant High School football here on 446 Sports. Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana, week 2 of the Louisiana high school football season. Grant Cougar Football and Buckeye with a big run there on first down and a touchdown saving tackle for the Cougars. That was just a straight up the gut, hand the ball off, run, and Buckeye breaks that one. It'll be a 1st and goal here for Buckeye from about the 6-7 yard line. Buckeye playing fairly conservatively. I know we saw the pass play over there a while ago, but they're looking to add to their lead. And falling forward, ball carrier there from Buckeyes, number 31, Preston Willis. Host of Cougars in there on the tackle.
And Chad, if you're not going to come up and tackle, that offense becomes just a night.
You know, I mean, Buckeyes got a pretty good lead here. You know, we're getting late in this ball game, and so you know this is I'm starting to remember last year. Buckeye did this last year and just kept the ball on the ground the clock out, and quarterback Colt Verscher is going to keep that one himself and go in for another Buckeye touchdown. 4:36 and a running clock here in the third quarter. We may have a clock is supposed to stop, but it is not.
Once you get to 42 points up.
Yeah, 32 points. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. So with 4:23 left here in the third quarter, Buckeye has added to their lead.
Should be 45, I believe.
We'll wait till they get the scoreboard sorted out here. Buckeye is, as I was saying earlier, Buckeye was, I'm having deja vu from last year. Buckeye running the ball there in the second half of the game. Cougars did have the lead at half, and Buckeye just pounding the football and took the lead and won the game. And so they're just running the football here. Got a little score update here for you tonight for those locals. Tioga is up 56 to 14 tonight over Leesville, and St. Mary's has taken the lead in their game against Red River, 14-12. So just a few score updates for our viewers here this evening. Grant's got 3 men standing deep. Buckeye has shown they'll onside kick it. They'll kick it short and high. They'll kick it deep. And they're going to kick it short here. The ball is on the ground again. And Buckeye has recovered. I think that's been about 4 turnovers here tonight, Coach.
Yeah. That's just tough to watch.
It certainly is. Tough to watch. And I know these defensive players are certainly going to be tired come in the morning.
I mean, you know, it seems like when every time the defense makes a great stop, you know, some negative play happens, they have to come right back out there.
This is the second turnover tonight here on special teams here for the Cougars on these kickoffs. These short, high kickoffs seems to be giving them quite a bit of trouble. Buckeye going to keep it on the ground, run straight ahead. Matthew Cooper in there on the stop. Ball carrier for Buckeyes, number 8, Ty Curtis. Second down, and about one of the sticks is down over there. It looks like second down and about 5.
I don't know if I think Jake might have changed his number.
I've been looking at that, Coach.
71, and I think that, I mean, he meets all the eye tests.
It definitely looks like Jake Glass, but Jake normally wears number 14. I believe that may be Jake. That's the reason why we couldn't find him. Ball is on the ground. Buckeyes are going to recover their own fumble.
And that happens sometimes. It's not to be sneaky. Sometimes the jersey gets torn or something like that.
Third down and about 12 here for Buckeye.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that is Jake. I said he wasn't out there earlier. I couldn't find his number.
Couldn't find him.
And I couldn't find 71. I was going to ask, why is 71 and Jake not out there at the same time?
He definitely passes the eye test. There aren't many people that look like Jake Glass. Matthew Cooper coming on a little pressure. They pick it up and run straight ahead for another Buckeye first down. Ball carrier there, Wade Jenkins for Buckeye. These are so tough, Coach, especially playing defense when they're running right at you and you're just unable to stop them. Miles Futrell coming out, Ahmad Sykes coming in to play safety position. First down and 10 from about the 38-yard line. Ball is on the ground again. Buckeye gets on it, but not before the Cougar defense gets there. They're going to lose yardage on that play, lose about 5 yards.
Well, you know, we talked about this in the Jamboree with LaSalle, you know. The game, you know, you still want to try to win, but you got to put something positive out there for these kids to end the game on. Get a couple drives going. Keep playing hard on defense.
2 minutes left in the third quarter. Grant down 39-7 to Buckeye. Second down at about 14, 15 yards. Buckeye is going to keep it on the ground. Running back's going to fall forward there for a pickup of about 4 yards.
Third down now for Buckeye.
Big third down stop here for the Cougars, or stop opportunity, I should say. Cougars substituting players in and out. Third down and about 10.5 yards for Buckeye.
And I wouldn't expect to see a punt, so I think you're going to have to stop them both times.
Quarterback's just going to keep it himself. Going to get down to about the 25-yard line. Ball carrier there for Buckeyes, number 23, Wade Jenkins. Tackle there by Braden Sloan. Fourth down. And as we would expect, they would go for it here on fourth down and short. Final 40 seconds ticking off the clock here of the third quarter.
They will have to run one more play.
Buckeyes been very successful running the ball here tonight. They're going to call timeout here on fourth down.
They were fixing to take a delay of game.
Timeout here on the field. 21 seconds left here in the half. Cougars are in a hole, down 39-7. We'll come back here in just a moment on the backside of this timeout and pick up this big fourth down play. Stay with us here on 446 Sports coverage of Grant High School Cougar football.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service.
Welcome back after the timeout here in Dry Prong, Louisiana. Big fourth down play. Ball is on the turf. Looks like the Cougars come up with the football.
Matthew Cooper with the recovery.
Big play here for the Cougars. I mean, I know they're in a hole here. Buckeye with a comfortable lead, but, you know, like we were talking about a little bit earlier there, Coach, we need to have, you know, some kind of spark. We got to have some positive things to look at here on film for these kids. It's been a tough night. A lot of miscues, a lot of mental errors here for the Cougars. Gage Hosseini looking to throw, pressure in his face. He's got a man open, and that was going to fall incomplete. He would have probably caught that ball. He probably would have caught that ball had the hit not jarred it loose. We've got a little extracurricular activity after the play, and flags come out. We'll wait and see who that's against. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars.
That'll be number 70. He was blocking to the whistle and then blocking after the whistle.
I don't know that he heard the whistle, but yeah, they were definitely over here out of bounds. He was driving his man out of bounds. So that's going to put the Cougar offense in a pretty significant hole here. They're showing third down on the sticks, but I don't believe it's third down, Coach. I think it's second down.
You're absolutely right.
Got timeout here on the field with 9 seconds left here in the half. I thought for a second, in the quarter, I thought for a second the time had expired, but it hasn't.
And he's got the whole team out there. This is going to be a don't do anything stupid. Let's get out of here with a good game.
That's good coaching over there, isn't it, Coach?
Well, you know, look with the rules, and you know, whenever you're down, you know, you start getting a little chippy. You may not win the game, but you want to win the fight, sort of mentality. And we've seen some severe penalties for fighting. So, telling everybody to keep their water, focus on getting out of here.
I see why Jake Glass is wearing number 71. Coach, he is playing right tackle.
That's right. He cannot play on the offensive line, number 14.
Pressure in Gage's face. He tries to run away from it. He's got a man wide open. And that was going to fall incomplete. You got to love the effort there from Gage Hosseini. I mean, he had a man breathing down his neck. He avoided the pressure, rolled out, had a man breathing down his neck, and definitely threw a catchable ball, hit the receiver in the hands, and it going to fall incomplete. Now I believe this is third down. Third down is still showing on the sticks. Third down and a couple of bus links here for the Cougar offense. They're just going to run straight ahead with Matthew Cooper here to end the quarter. We've got a little bit more extracurricular activity in the end zone. No flags on that play. That's going to be the end of the third quarter here. Grant Cougars are in a mighty hole here, down 39-7 in this Week 2 matchup against the Buckeye Panthers. We're going to step away for just a moment and get ready for the final chapter of week number 2. Stay with us here on 446 Sports for live coverage of Grant Cougar football.
You love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hall at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Week number 2, Grant High School football. Grant's having a tough night here tonight against these Buckeye Panthers. Down 39-7 here as we open the fourth quarter of play. Waiting to see our chain gang crew over there, the man with the sticks, to get in place. And we'll get this fourth quarter underway. Fourth down here for the Cougars. Boy, you'd love to see a big play. Pressure right in Gage's face. He's going to throw that ball forward. That should be an incomplete pass.
Chad,
It doesn't really matter.
It does not, because it was fourth down.
Yeah. Cougar defense comes back out with their back against the wall.
And they've asked a lot of them tonight. And I felt like they've done what they've been asked. It's gotten to a point where it's a continuous ask and they can't keep up.
When you have an avalanche falling on you, it's really kind of hard to stop it.
Exactly. You go back to the first quarter, those 3 stops in the red zone.
Yeah, those were fantastic.
But then it just kept becoming more and more and more stops needed.
Buckeye going to keep it on the ground. Tackle is going to be made over there. Looks like by Braden Sloan. Looks like made the tackle. Going to be no gain on that play. Second down and 10 here for Buckeye.
11.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Don't forget to come by and visit us.
Cougars just looking to put something positive together here late in this ball game. A little bit out of reach here. I know we still got a whole quarter of play here, but we're down pretty good here, down 32 points to Buckeye. That's considering we hadn't been able to get any kind of rhythm going on offense. Going to be pretty tough to overcome. Buckeyes just going to run straight ahead. Quarterback going to call his own number. Coming in there to make the tackle.
Matthew Cooper again.
Matthew Cooper again. I don't know how many tackles that young man's going to have tonight. He's going to have a lot, and I imagine he's going to be tired in the morning. You reckon, Coach?
Nah, he's a young fella. He'll be just as fired up.
Third down and 6 here for Buckeye. Threatening to score again. Cougar defense looking to make a pride stop here. Tackle there again made by Matthew Cooper is going to bring up fourth down for Buckeye. Fourth down and about 3.
Fourth down on the field for Buckeye. 10-19 left to go in the game.
You're trying to think of some different things here in the game. Our Southern Air play of the game.
It's got to be something with Matthew Cooper, I would know.
It's got to be something with Matthew. I think if we had a player of a game here, man, it would definitely have to be him. That young man has played his heart out here for the Cougars. Fourth down, Buckeye. Quarterback's going to keep it. We do have a flag on the play. He did fumble the ball right at the goal line. Cougars did fall on it, but we'll see if the officials get all this sorted out.
If it's a true fumble and that play stands, I think it's going to be an offensive penalty, probably a hold. I'd rather the ball than the penalty.
Officials are over there on the far side of the field talking about it. The flag was thrown over there on the far side of the field. Head official is on his way back to talk to the head coach of Red River. I'm sorry, I've got ahead of myself. Buckeye, they're both blue. They both wear blue, but give you a little update here. Red River and St. Mary's have been swapping scores here. Red River is up 20-14 over St. Mary's with 6 minutes to go in the game. The call on the field was personal foul against the Cougars. And it looks like they ruled it a touchdown. I guess he broke the plane.
They ruled a touchdown and called a personal foul on the far side there.
Kick is up. The kick is good. So with 9:43 left in the ball game, Buckeye has opened up their lead even more, 46-7 over the Cougars. tough night here in week number 2. Stay with us. We're going to be right back in just a minute here to bring you the final 9 minutes of this football game. Stay with us here on 446 Sports coverage of Grant High School Cougar football.
In Grant Parish, your health has a home, no matter where you are. Grant Community Health Center in Colfax, East Grant Community Health Center in Pollock, and South Grant Community Health Center in Dry Prong. We're here with quality care close to home. Primary care, pediatric care, behavioral health, in-house pharmacy, and general dentistry for all ages. We accept all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. And if you're uninsured, we offer a sliding fee scale based on income. 3 locations, 1 mission, keeping Grant Parish healthy. Call or visit one of our locations today.
Welcome back here to Dry Prong, Louisiana. Grant High School Cougar football, and they are having a difficult night here tonight against these Buckeye Panthers. Buckeye scored a touchdown on that last play, and there was a personal foul called against the Cougars, and so that's going to be enforced here on the kickoff. Just give you a little update on the Tioga-Leesville game. Tioga is up 56 to 20 over Leesville. And that kick here in our game from Buckeye to Grant is going to go out of the back of the end zone. The penalty yardage there aided in that kick out of the back of the end zone. And so the Cougar offense is going to come out to the 20-yard line and begin a drive. They really desperately need to put together a drive just to get something here to look at, for pride or what have you. Down 46-7 here at a Buckeye.
Just something positive that you can take into the next week.
Something positive. In a tough win like this, tough loss like this, you always want to have some kind of a win, if you will. To take into that next week. And that little pass out in the flat to Ahmad Sykes ended up he caught the ball, but it ended up on the turf. I guess it was a down.
They've gone to him twice now to the I guess you call it the weak side.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it down here where he's got maybe a little blocking help.
They've definitely, Buckeye definitely had their eye on Ahmad Sykes after his record-setting week last week. They're going to keep it on the ground straight ahead, and he's going to have no room on that second down carry. The officials seem to be pointing in the direction of Buckeye, and I believe he lost the football. So we've got another turnover here for Grant. That's got to be up to about 5 turnovers here tonight, and I've said this seems like 100 times here tonight, but Buckeye is set up in prime scoring position here. First down and 10 from the Cougar 15-yard line. You can certainly tell in the body language of some of these kids out here the difference in the kids in the white uniforms from Buckeye and the kids wearing the black uniforms from Grant. You can see some bounce, some pep from that Buckeye sideline, and that carry is going to get them down at about the 5-yard line here for Buckeye. Going to bring up a second down and short.
It brings up the old adage. Do you keep scoring, or do you just try to run the clock out?
Well, one more score here from Buckeye will put them up over 42 points, and it will be, according to LHSAA rules, a running clock for the rest of the ball game. Second down at about a yard. Low snap. Snap is on the ground. Panthers do come up with the football, but they are met by a host of Cougars over there and are going to lose some yardage here. Going to bring up third down Couldn't quite make out the numbers there. Some of those Grant players over there on that stop after the fumble snap. Got a final score here for you tonight. One of our 446 covered schools, Menard, they had a tough night as well, losing to Gina 56-3. That game is over there in Alexandria. Buckeye, big run over here on third down. Looks like he's going to be down near the goal line. He's going to set up a 1st and goal here for Buckeye. You know, Buckeye, all they're doing is just running the football.
There's nothing fancy to it, you know.
Look like they're starting to get some of their younger players or second-string players coming in. Give them some reps. Buckeye has a very, very comfortable lead here, up 46-7. 7 minutes left here in the ball game. Oh, keep the ball on the ground, and he is going to be stopped.
Matthew Cooper again.
Is that Matthew Cooper coming in on a blitz? I assume he was coming in on a blitz. I didn't see him till there at the last play a run blitz.
He just stood him up right there at the goal line.
Big hit by Matthew Cooper. He's had a heck of a ball game here. Buckeye taking their time. 2nd down and goal. Going to pitch it to the near side. Cougar defense is all over that. Stand the ball carrier up, number 23, Wade Jenkins for Buckeye. Host of Cougars met him.
You know, you obviously the score is not going to indicate that, but if you go on film and look at the defense, there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of physicality. That, you know, there's a lot of negative plays for Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been the mistakes, the miscues, the missed tackles.
When you look, I would love to see some of the stats here at the end of the game where Buckeye's average starting field position has been in this game.
Well, you know, you go all the way back to the three stops in the first quarter. Had them stopped here. The big pass play to the one. The big run right before halftime. You know, the 40-yard run here when we came out of half. You know, yes, those are plays that happen in the game, and those are mistakes. But then you take those out though. As a
look
coach,
at the rest. Yeah.
You look at the rest, and it's been stops and tackles for loss. Matthew Cooper with some sacks. You know, it's been effective. And you know, it's week 2. You can't call the season on a 46-7 game.
No, absolutely not.
So as a coach, you know, you got to find those positives. Hey, look, we clean up some of these big plays. Defensively, at least.
Yeah.
We're doing our job.
It'd be huge here for them to come up with a stop. We got some pursuit. Matthew Cooper. I think we've said his name 500 times here tonight. Going to back Buckeye up some more after that big stop by Matthew Cooper. Going to bring up 4th down and goal. What I was saying was, you know, it would be huge. This would be a huge positive to keep Buckeye out of the end zone.
Absolutely.
They've really started with their backs against the wall so many times here tonight. I mean, when you turn the ball over 5 times, man, that's just hard to overcome at any level of football. Buckeye's going to throw, and tackle is going to be made. And that was Miles Futrell on the tackle. Tackled the receiver immediately, and the Cougar offense will come back out on the field.
And that's what I'm talking about right there, Chad. I mean, that's a good defensive stop. We've seen several.
Yes.
You know, now it's what's happening though in the game is the offense comes out, there's a turnover, a miscue.
Yeah.
Something negative, and the defense is asked to come out again and do it. But defensively, I feel like, you know, they've had tremendous effort.
We've seen a lot of good things out of the defense. You know, when you talk about a field position battle, for the most part, the Cougars have started a lot with their back against the wall. They're going to keep the ball on the ground, and again, we have no room to run the football. That was Ahmad Sykes on the carry.
Just got stretchered off of the track. It just got stretchered away from the sideline.
Going to lose about a yard on the play.
Of the Cougars. Let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers. He is okay. He is in stable condition. Let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers.
Going to bring up 4.5 minutes here left in this ball game. Second down and 11 here for the Cougars. Gage Hosseini is going to throw the ball. Going to fall incomplete. Intended target there was Dante Rubin. Gage again has got pressure right in his face as he's trying to throw the football.
You know, that's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Asked to come into a game, you know, there's been no rhythm, nothing that seemed to work. You know, here they come again.
Here they come again, and they hit Gage just as he gets rid of the football. He's going to complete the ball to Ahmad Sykes, but he's going to be slung down immediately.
They're going to have to punt, you know. You just don't want to.
You just don't want to give them the ball right here. You're going to have to punt this football, and that's indeed what they're going to do. You know, we've seen this defense from Buckeye. They've brought pressure. They've stacked the box, but they've brought pressure
and it's like
all night.
And the Cougars have not been able to adjust that in any way, shape, or form.
3 minutes, 26 seconds. The clock is running. Cougars have had a tough night here, down 46-7. And we do have a timeout on the field. Cougars have called timeout. So we're going to take a little timeout and then bring you the conclusion of week number 2, Grant High School football, right here on 446 Sports. Back here in Dry Prong, Louisiana. Tough night here for the Cougars. Punting the ball away. Nice job by the Buckeye receiver of the punt. To field that ball, it was a dribbling, bouncing kick. He came down with it and got a decent return out of it. And here we are once again, Buckeye set up.
Well, with 3 minutes left, Chad, you'd hope to see them just run the ball right down the middle, kind of fall on it, and get out
of here. Yeah.
You know.
Certainly 3 minutes left in this ball.
But that's how rivalries are made. with a little bit of you know, whatever you want to call it.
Put a little extra mustard on it, maybe.
You know, put a little hot sauce and but this is a game that's been played every year for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, we go back to 2022 with 62-8 Grant here.
Yeah.
You know, certainly Buckeye had that on their mind tonight.
Buckeye Grant's going to get a little bit of a break here. Going to back it up outside of the red zone. There was a holding call against Buckeye on that return. And so they'll back it up outside of the red zone at about the 24-yard line where the Panther offense is going to come out. And I'm like you, Coach. I would love to see them just kind of keep it on the ground right here in the middle and get out of here. Cougar offense has struggled mightily. I mean, they struggled to even get a first down here tonight. They are going to run it right up the middle, keep it on the ground. They're going to be stacked up after A short gain here for Buckeye. Whole host of Cougars there standing up the ball carrier on that one.
And if you're the Cougars, you got to go back to the drawing board offensively, and then it doesn't get any easier. Next week at Darbon Woods.
Darbon Woods is a good program. That's going to be a tough football game, playing in their place.
And then we're going to have all kind of questions this week. Who's going to be the starting quarterback? We saw Miles week 1.
Yep.
We've seen Gage since the second quarter. That may not be a question he wants to answer, but certainly the fans will want to know.
Yeah,
they always want to know who the starting quarterback is.
And we're wondering, we got the coaches show Tuesday night at Route 22. Wondering if Coach will give us a little bit of, maybe give our viewers and give the fans a little bit of insight into that. Who's going to be the starting quarterback? Miles plays both ways, plays safety. Third down here in about 4 for Buckeye. 1:53 left in this football game. They're going to keep the ball on the ground, run straight ahead, and looks like he's going to fall forward near the line to gain, and indeed it is going to be another Buckeye first down. Clock is running here in this game. Winding down a little minute and a half. Cougars, tough night, 46-7.
And, we've seen some injuries on the offensive line tonight. We hope those guys are okay.
Yeah.
We'd love to have them back next week.
First down and 10, ball down about the 14-yard line. They're going to run it straight ahead. Minimal gain there for Buckeye. I think they're just running the ball straight ahead here. Win is definitely secured for them. Clock is winding in under a minute here left in this ball game. It's amazing to watch. Last week the offense putting up 76 points and breaking records, and then come in here tonight and struggle. The swing and emotions, when you think about these kids out here playing this game. Ahmad Sykes had such a great week last week, and just hadn't been able to get anything going. Had a big touchdown run that was called back. Ball is on the ground here, fumbled, and that's a live ball. Matthew Cooper.
Well, he's going to get
He's going to pick that one up and go all the way back to the house. No flags here with 3 seconds left in the ball game.
They're going to ring that bell, and we're going to end on that play.
I believe we're going to end the game on a touchdown fumble return from Matthew Cooper.
And, that's kind of well-deserved. You could have taken a knee there, but, you tried to do something.
Big play. Clocks are showing 00, and I believe that's going to be our final here tonight. 46-13. Grant loses, but man, we'll end it on a high note for a young man that had an outstanding game defensively. And I believe, Coach, I've been pondering this whole game as everybody's watching them shake hands in the middle of the field. A Southern Air cool play of the game, and I think that's probably going to be it. Southern Air cool play of the game. Matthew Cooper he's played his heart out here, the young sophomore linebacker. Coach, you got any final thoughts? I know it's hard. You're a coach, and so I know how you're watching this football game.
Offensively, what we saw from week 1, I feel like we saw it here, but it didn't work.
Didn't work.
And, for all intents and purposes, Buckeyes kind of given the blueprint for week 1. You really got to go back to the drawing board and figure out ways to get, Ahmad Sykes the ball in space, try to be a little more creative with what you're trying to accomplish. Defensively, you may call me crazy. I thought the game plan was incredible. I thought they allowed Matthew Cooper to in space, attacking the play. He had a tremendous night. A couple sacks, several tackles for losses. The touchdown fumble recovery at the very end. I thought defensively they played a good game. I feel like they've got something to build on there, but offensively, it was a big step back.
Yeah, big step back. Cougars do end on a high note here tonight. It is week 2. They do fall to the Buckeye Panthers 46-13. Tough loss, end on a high note. Next week we got to get on a bus and we've got to travel to Darbone Woods.
I'm going to take my vehicle.
Yeah, I am too, Coach. But the boys have got to get on a bus and travel, and Darbone Woods is a well-coached, good football team. Got to drive up to Farmerville, which is a pretty good little ride. But we're going to be signing off here tonight. First, I want to remind you to watch the Red River recap show in the morning, highlight show with Doug Gann.
And we'll be back in action on Tuesday.
We'll
at the
be
Jarvis Felton Coaches Show.
We'll be back in action. That'll be Tuesday night at Rue 22, and so that'll be a good show. LCU is playing tomorrow night at home at 6 o'clock, and they're going to be broadcasted on our favorite broadcasting network, 446 Sports.
Claws up, Chad. I got my master's degree from LCU.
Oh,
so
there you
claws
go.
Up, baby.
There you go. So
I coached several young men on that team. E.J. Scott, Datlin Cunningham, Darius Washington.
There you go, Coach. Good.
Some wonderful kids.
Good deal. So it'll be the conference game of the week. Our producer here tonight, we want to say thank you to him, Mr.
Is the
Doug
boss
Gann,
man.
the boss, Mr. Doug Gann, here at the board here for us tonight. So for Coach Thomas LeBoard, you got a final thought here?
I'm going to give LCU I'm going to predict a win for the.
Okay,
the
let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go ahead.
I said I'm going to predict a win for the Wildcats this week.
What you got? Let's hear it.
Let's say 35-24.
35-24. All right. Well, you've heard it right here, folks. Coach,
if I'm wrong, that was Chad that made the call.
No. For Coach Thomas LeBoard and for our producer, Doug Gann, and for the young man that's been running the camera tonight, we appreciate him so much. Tremendous job, Jordan Johnson. We appreciate you so much. My name is Chad James. We'll see you next week.
Go Cougars.